What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of CBSI's Vintage Voyage. This week, we are going to do an intro to timely comics superheroes. So, very broad topic we started with timely and decided to kind of stick with superheroes because that's what everybody's real familiar with. And this kind of be a high-level overview, kind of get everybody accustomed to what's there and, break it down for you because truthfully, Timely's confused the piss out of me, so I'm looking forward to it too. So,
and don't forget to check out comic book. Okay, go ahead.
As always, check out comicbookinvest.com for the most up-to-date as well as the most in-depth coverage of comic book speculation, investing, and just general knowledge. So check out the guys for weekly articles on new books like the Wednesday one, and check out checklists and all kinds of research on things all the way back to the Golden Age like we like. Also check out our friends at Comic Barricade when you want to protect your comics with the most up-to-date and inventive solution. It will prevent the dreaded spine tick. So insert, support, and stabilize with www.comicbarricade.com. And there we go, gentlemen.
Motto too.
You what?
I said that used to be my motto too.
I know. As I'm saying it, I knew something was going wrong.
I was like, oh man, I can only hold on so many times. All right, into time, here we go.
I apologize now. There's a lot of red.
Yeah, that was a poor choice.
Honor of all the red.
Red and yellow.
Welcome, comic book barbarian Morello.
Go on.
So, all right, we jump into timely. I want to say Marv, but it's not. It's Martin Goodman. Created the company in 1939.
That sounds about right.
It's right. This is why we're supposed to do research before the show, and not sit here stumbling. It's 1939. The first book is Marvel Comics 1. It has a shelf date of October. There's actually a second print. These are both technically the first timely comic. The later printing, they black dotted out the October and just like put an NOV up on top. I'm not positive why, but what a confusion in the market it creates. And I mean, yeah, at 1.2 million, like,
yeah,
who's arguing a variant? Like,
yeah, see, there's the black dot Ben's talking about. It's right up there in the corner where the date was.
Isn't that crazy?
Was it just demand, do we think? Like, it sold so well they wanted to run it again?
That's a good question. I'm sure people smarter than us know. So this has first, it would. Or it's a printing thing where you can't release it, you can't, you know what I mean? Like when they kept trying, I don't know, man. I got nothing from good timey.
Well, I mean, if I'm a kid and I see this on the stands, I am like, whoa, I need to see what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, and comics prior to that point, there weren't that many that were that exciting.
No, you got to keep in mind, too, that what's on the shelf or the newsstand, rather, at this point in time is like, this is pre-Spectre, like Superman's out there, but that's pretty much it, right? And
yeah,
like,
I mean, maybe some faucets, but maybe. I don't even remember the date on that. It's going to be close.
Faucets are 40, aren't they?
You might be right.
Caps.
Yeah, I remember a lot of 40s.
So, I mean, yeah, there's not much. Is Tech on the pre-Batman Tech out?
Yeah, Detective. But Detective is like action. Not all the covers were. No, yeah. I mean, like 31 is the greatest cover ever printed, drawn, but I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, you see this, you're going to be like, what is going on?
Exactly.
So this has the first Human Torch, but it's the android Human Torch, not
Johnny Storm.
Thank you. I'm like, whatever his name is.
That's what I'm here for.
Exactly. Angel.
But not that Angel.
No, and not Marvel, and not just a character for just Timely. And Submariner's first Timely appearance is this. Real confusion here. Motion Pictures Weekly Funnies, Motion Picture Funnies Weekly, is Submariner's first appearance. It was done by Bill Everett. Somehow, the beginning of it ended up in Marvel Comics 1, the other parts in Motion Funnies. Motion Funnies hit quite literally hit the movie theaters before the newsstand.
I've always heard of that book. I didn't really understand what happened.
I can't get into the super details past. So I learned everything I know about this stuff from those old Sotheby's and Christie's auction catalogs from the early 90s, in which the original art for Motion Picture Funnies Weekly was sold.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's like that kind of... That's down the rabbit hole so far, you're out the other side, down again. So, anyway.
Just thinking about owning something like that. Oh, my God.
All right, so we've got our black dot.
So is this the Angel?
Yes, and this is issue... switches into... It stops being Marvel Comics, and it goes to Marvel Mystery.
One title. They couldn't... one issue, and they switch it already.
And this is the longest running. This becomes Marvel Tales at issue. I know I made notes and I don't have them up. I think it's issue 93. It becomes Marvel Tales, and it runs to 150 something through the Atlas era.
Yeah, 92 is the last run for this Marvel.
What did I say?
I think
he's at 93, so you were close. You might have said it switched at 93.
Ooh.
93 is when it turns to
Marvel Mystery. Marvel Tales.
Yes, the Tales.
And that's Marvel Tales, the pre-code horror, not Marvel Tales, the shitty, oversized 25-cent Silver Age book, or the Peter Pig book, or whatever the hell it's called. Peter Porker.
Peter Porker.
Spider Pig.
Well, even the Spidey reprints are Marvel Tales too.
The whole thing's confusing. Real confusing. But your red really pops on this one with the yellow.
This one, with the yellow. But there are so many red covers in this era of Timely Comics. It's ridiculous.
So what's up with Angel? Did he not make it very far? Was he just not that interesting?
No, a lot of the Timely characters... I shouldn't even say Timely. A lot of the Golden Age characters in general, in fairness, if we didn't have the JSA revived, would anybody know? Even though we do, does anybody know who Sandman is? Not Morbius Sandman or whatever the fuck he's called. Sorry, Vertigo fans. I don't know it.
Morpheus?
Thank you. Morpheus, yeah, whatever. Matrix, whatever we're doing here. Our Man, Old Green Lantern, Jay Garrick.
All those guys.
Right? The Newsboy Legion.
We'd only know Our Man is Nico, so.
And he seems to have fixed that.
It was, for those who haven't caught that yet, last night was Maddie D. I gotta pause there. Maddie D from Cover Price. And obviously CBSI's Weekend After, and the new collaboration we have, Variant Watch, which is technically a super old collaboration from back in the G Plus days. But check out the interview with Nico. I went live on the CBSI Tales from the Flipside channel last night.
Yeah, it was a good time. Matt is a smart guy on comics, man. He knows his stuff.
I tried to have it on in the background so I could work while I did it, and instead just ended up focusing on what he was saying, because it was stuff you don't hear when you hear someone talking actual intelligent comic market. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, anyway, back to Timely, guys. Sorry.
Okay, back to Timely. So we'll go off this new title. To the red covers.
In the introduction to the comic world of Alex Schomburg, and this has got to be one of the tamest covers he's done.
We got started off
the least busy.
It's
just
nice though.
It's fantastic. Fantastic, but it's so there's the two Schomburg eras, right? There's that airbrush, beautiful, Dartling Comics 49, airbrush style and like the Wonder stuff and all that. And then there's the early 1940 timelies that when it switches into World War II, you go from, Schomburg, I guess, to definitive style, fills a page, masterfully fills a page. But I still enjoy
what's going on.
What the hell, nitrochloride? Like, do you really need a gas when you have, like, I don't know, an oven?
Like, they're trying to put them out like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, I'm sure people will look at comics from our era and be like, what the fuck?
I mean, you got the yellow dress, which is, not the primary dress, but you couldn't have a red dress distress. It'd be too much.
It'd be way too much.
It would.
You got the guys that look like Hydra.
Yeah.
Could be Hydra prototype.
Yeah.
Time it becomes Marvel.
Yeah, they got the square, the little cylinder top heads.
All right, where do we go from 5?
From here, we go up to 9.
Is 9 the classic?
Another red cover.
Oh, yeah, no. So, in between this, real quick, number 8 is the first time. What up, Nick? And FaceTime and Solo Wookie. 8 is the first battle between Human Torch and Submariner.
Yes.
It's kind of this weird value situation with like more fun 51, 52. Like 51 technically is the first appearance of Spectre, but it's nobody gives a fuck, and 52 is worth house. You know what I mean? 8 is a kick in the pants, and you're like, shit, I should have bought 9, even though it houses the first fight. This is the first cover.
And it's a nice cover.
It's fantastic, and it goes for stupid money. I can't keep up with this stuff anymore, especially in this post-apocalyptic, we still have money for comic book world.
Can I tell you a dirty secret? I've never owned a timely.
On air?
I have never owned a timely, and I am not sure I've actually held a timely.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
I've had some Atlas, but I don't know that I've actually, even like on a dealer wall, said, hey, can I see that? Like to even look at it to buy it.
It's an interesting subculture.
It's always been like you can touch Batman, you can touch Superman, but timely is timely.
It is, and like it's funny because timely superhero, timely other stuff, like the romance and the funny animal stuff, like, But this is definitely one of those subcultures of collectors that it spills into other stuff. It's almost like the foreign collectors. The timely collectors are so intense. It's not like these books are terribly scarce. I mean, they're not common. But it's not like there's no common timely superhero stuff that you can grab on the fly.
No, you can't find like a low grade $50 copy.
No, where I can do that with DC.
Yeah.
And even but Batman.
No, in my head, you can't touch a timely for. It seems like $1,000. I'm sure you can touch a few for less.
It's a couple to a few hundred for a real low grade, like unattractive.
Yeah, but
and that's the thing, right? So I have a handful. It was definitely that, like, I don't know, like a rite of passage when I got my first one back collecting after, I finally stepped into Golden Age, and I traded Greg White for an All Winners 3.
So someday I might get my big boy pants and get a timely.
And like, for what it's worth, too, going into All Winners 3 is like being like, oh man, I've never collected foreign comics. I'm going to make the ASM 300 run, starting with the Philippines. Like, you're like, okay, that's cool. I like you, but you confuse me.
Yeah.
Well, that would actually make sense, though. Get the hardest one first. If you don't get it, don't bother starting the run.
They never start the run, Peter.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's funny. Morello's in here, but he was, he, a few months ago, I want to say, he got a really cool, super presentable, low-grade cap, really good price from, again, be friends with the local shops, people. It helps. But he, it was definitely a moment for him. And everyone, it's I don't know, man. It's you're in the club now, and you're like, shit.
Yeah, I've only ever seen this stuff behind glass, like at Jeppy's down in Baltimore at the museum. It's like, oh, there. That's as close as I got.
Well, it's not even like I've been to a show and went, can I just hold that and look at it? I haven't even had the cojones to do that.
And it's also not that common, right? This stuff's not littering. I mean, like the real low end, like there's some just
find it often.
Marvel, and, later 40s Marvel. You can, I don't know. It's that early thick Captain Marvel, the Marvel comics, the Submariner stuff.
Well, I'm thinking about it, and I don't have monster shops here, but I've never seen one in a shop. Like any shop.
Yeah. Well, the shops I go to, I'm not surprised I don't see this. This isn't the type of thing they carry.
But even like, venturing to some of the big shops occasionally as in traveling, they're just not there because I think if it's there, it's gone.
True. And that's what it is, right?
They already have a buyer.
You know how I came into the best ones I have the Daring 9, which is the first issue of the title. It goes from Daring Mystery to Daring. It's the one we did on 3 Comic Money. I chose it for my green cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the fucking Bondage World War II shark cover. That was on the wall of my LCS. I walked in and like some guy was in front of me picking books, and I'm like, oh, that's gone. I can see it says 900 on it. Like, there's no way it's lasting. And this guy's like, oh, I need like a 3rd black suit Spider-Man, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're good. So I get to buy it.
Not worried about this guy.
I mellowed out while he finished off his Spider-Man run, which respect. He was filling in run, but I needs my timely. And the other one came from the sister store that had the Nazi pillbox sinker. It's just another show. They're both Schomburgs.
Oh, yeah.
It's the destroyer cover, like the World War II. It's got like 40 gun cannon thing, and that was on the wall of the LCS of the sister store for $1,000. And I asked for a discount. He was like, "We can't." So I waited. And when I came back next time, he's like, "All right, you want a break?" I'm like, "Okay." So
it's patience. I don't know if I could have done that.
Yeah,
it was a dumb gamble. The book was definitely worth more than I paid, but anyway. Sidetrack. Sorry,
Solo Wookiee and Comic Book Barbarian agree with me. It's like they don't think they've seen a real one either.
They might not exist, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's again. Well, and at the same time, like you said, know your shop, because I think when shops get them in, this is the kind of thing they're going to put on the wall for everybody. Like, this is the kind of thing they know to call a few guys who've shown interest. If you get these books, call me. You don't have to bother putting it on the wall.
So I'm going to steal your game for a minute, Peter. I'm looking at this cover. What's this poor motorcycle cop going to do? The train is about to fall, and 2 superheroes are fighting, and he's riding in on a.
It looks too small for him.
He's Harley.
It's his kids. It's his kids. Fucking.
I'm going to get in on this if I can. Look at this. It looks too little for him. Look at him.
It almost looks like a moped, but I'm going to give him a little credit and assume it's just a small
And look, it's a headlight cover.
Yeah, I mean, things are not. Worst joke ever, but awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
No, now it's making the Hot 5 headlight cover.
It's National Bourbon Day.
Oh, God, that's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, this is an interesting cover, though.
This is my trouble with the Marvel comics, is because I don't want to say they all look the same. They don't, but they're always the red, and there's the yellow, and then there's usually some. It's very,
Oh, they're always the red
color palette, and it worked obviously, but man, it just is. It makes it so hard. Like, I'm a cover recognizer, and it just makes it so blurry to just, you can't just look at it and go, yes. You have to really dig into the details, and that's where I think I suffered initially.
Yeah. No, I chose the red background before I knew what I was getting into, because again, all the covers are red, including the next one, another red cover.
Isn't that fantastic, though?
Yeah.
So, oh man. First appearance of Vision, different Vision.
Yeah, it's this guy.
Thank you. There you go, Peter.
But he really has a similar look.
He does.
Right. So here's the mind fuck. That Avengers 57 is a fucking homage to that. Tell me it's not.
It is.
It's
Wow.
I'm like, it's not even kind of new. Yeah,
No,
I
they
used to say
fucking
that
did.
when it all got hot back in whatever Avengers movie. It was like, God, this is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. Nobody gives a shit about that. I'm like, it's so cool. What a fun fact.
Nobody's
So,
ever seen this.
full circle, man.
Yeah, it's a color scheme and everything. The green, yellow, red, like it's there. With the cape, the high collar, everything. Like
I'm a little mind blown right now, so I'm just
Yeah.
And
processing
for what
that.
it's worth, Science and I, if Peter can go back to that clip,
Oh,
sorry.
right.
Science and I actually have the same finding. Smoke is the gateway to the long sought after supernatural realm.
Is that embroidered somewhere in your house?
Yeah, to make it a little,
It's
little
about
easier for everybody. Right.
You can call me Professor Enoch.
I mean, that's gonna be your next shirt, man. Or you should start putting it around your logo.
Yeah,
Grateful Dead and that quote.
oh man.
Oh god, that's fantastic.
One more quick look at that cover, because you're right. This is a great cover too.
Yeah, it really is. And this is another like rabbit hole thing, but did you see the 3 features on the side?
Yeah.
EC adopted that. I mean, we all know that EC adopted
Oh yeah, right?
Yeah.
the 3 buttons, and EC did it 100 times better. Everything about EC Comics looks better than Marvel, but you take what's successful and you adapt it as you move forward. So EC
Marvel had good ideas, but they didn't quite finalize them on as far as, because I mean, look at it. You're right. It's got the same, the DC big logo and all that. It looks good. They just didn't quite tweak it.
It doesn't all come together.
Exactly.
Yeah, what do we got next, my
I
friend?
think next we jump way ahead, and for anyone who's not familiar, go to my comic shop, go to Comic Spot, or whatever the hell it's called, comics.org. Go through the run, look at it. It's
Go buy a Gerber guide and flip through it.
oh man, the Gerber guide. And it's funny because then you'll start to go, oh shit, these all look the same, until you blow them up, because Schomburg fills.
I think that's my problem. Is I looked at him in the Gerber and I'm like,
Yeah, tiny.
It's a sea of red, yellow, and confusion.
yes, and a torch running through it.
Torch running through it.
The torch looks much better as we've now hit issues 40 and 44. I mean, he's literally kind of formed out more.
True.
He looks a little more human, a little less android. I'm sure that's not, just is. But that Zeppelin is amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna go in a little bit on that real fast. Just to
Yeah,
get a little bit of that.
fantastic cover.
I don't know if it's a Zeppelin because it's not really exploding. It almost looks like it's just falling apart.
Cracked in half.
They're just bad at math at science.
Science. Well, there's more of that smoke coming out, but no explosion.
It's because we're all headed to the supernatural realm.
Oh wow! I see. You don't see it till you blow it up, but like just the parachuters dropping in and the boat in the background. I mean, there's a lot there.
Battleships. Look, they're in Iceland, so you know where this battle's going on.
Oh, they're doing in Iceland.
Killing Nazis.
Yeah.
Fuck do you do in Iceland, Z?
Hang out with
Well, I guess if I went to Iceland, I would look to kill Nazis first.
Yeah, I mean you can't. And if you pan over to the other, it's 44, I think. Is that's this 40? All right, yeah. You go to 44 and you zoom in, it's just as busy in a completely different way.
What are they dropping out of the plane?
It looks like there's guns and like luggage, boxes. It literally looks like they're just dumping cargo.
Isn't that crazy?
Look at that plane. I mean, look at all the windows. Hundreds of little windows.
Yeah. Well, you look at all the turbine, all the propellers they got going. This has to be it's a super plane. Obviously,
notice
right there on the side.
They're protecting the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Oh wow! No.
That's because in early World War II, Russia became, I'm so bad at history, Russia became like an ally.
That's just crazy. Like, you don't even see all that until you really.
Yeah.
I guess they're books you got to hold. I mean, that's probably the lesson I've already learned is you've got to kind of. They're like pre-codes. You got to take them in and just look at them for a minute.
Yeah, and I just love they break the box here. You know, these guys are reaching up in the title card. Even the little plane back here is breaking out of the the picture box into the title card. So they all look the same, as you said. Like at first glance, they look very similar, but when you look at them, they are not the same.
No, but they have a similar. The main sequence is similar. You know, they're a flying object. They're just shot the tail off of was going through it, but so much stuff.
And red. red.
1943 Solo Wookiee.
He's telling us what type of plane it is, I think.
The year of the comic is 1943.
All right.
Go on to number 63, which again is who would have guessed? Red cover.
But it's not. The torch is so dark in this one.
Right, but when Peter zooms in, you're going to go, oh, shit, I get it.
Yeah. Look at these guys down here.
Very, wow.
It's the class. That's the trio, man. That's
very comedically drawn, too, though.
Yes.
You got Goebbels, you got Hitler. Who's this? Goring?
Oh, that's not the trio. Yeah, I don't fucking
know. It's a different trio. Yeah, this is just...
Yeah, never mind. It's all... They're just fucking chasing Nazis again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting, too. Like, Timely went on this hiatus in between. When the war pretty much ramped up, and then came back. Not with this title. This title just ran straight through. This is not Schomburg, I don't think.
No, it doesn't. I wouldn't.
I don't have to say don't think. It can't be Schomburg.
No, it's not his style. But man, I really like how they did the torch.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's a fucking Schomburg. My bad.
Is it?
Yep.
Let me go back.
It does not look like his
at all.
Yeah, I think it's the caricature bit.
It's the character. Everything else, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't for their faces, I wouldn't have questioned it. But seeing these three,
funny.
He is so detailed. I mean, look at the rivets and the plane. That's what I think I've not really appreciated until actually zooming in.
Yeah, you got this guy falling out the window over here. This guy flying out over there. These guys in the background shooting and getting knocked over. Like, there's a lot going on.
Where are they out there? What's the sign?
Temple
Airport, Berlin.
I guess next time I see a Timely, I'm gonna just have to ask to see it off the dealer wall just so I can look at it.
It's the Schomburg stuff too, because if we went to the non-Schomburg stuff, you're like, cool. Like, except for the Captain America, that's just for this run. Captain America stuff, I don't know, man. Anyway, we'll get there. But
this Catwoman bit threw me off too.
Look at Solo
Wookiee. Weird, right?
Like, look, they got their own Catwoman.
Yeah, weird, right?
Solo Wookiee they drew a plane that didn't exist yet.
Gave him ideas.
Schomburg.
Huh. Catwoman. Very original.
Yeah.
Weird, right? All right. So then we jump to the end. The very end of the run is number 92.
Angel's very Superman-like.
Oh, the Angel? Yeah.
Yes. This book's impossible. This book doesn't exist out there. It's, that said, this is the usual. Like, I have a few of these Human Torches in Marvel Comics that are just, I don't know. It's red, and there's more red, and there's orange, and it's not a Schomburg, and
I like the little Marvel comic button here, like for the.
Yeah, there's a weird period that it's still Timely. So before, it goes Timely into Atlas, but Timely, Martin Goodman decided to have, there's like 42 different titles under Timely before it becomes Atlas, and Marvel was one of them. Real cool run. That's the small, when books are like extra pages but small Silver Age style.
Gotcha.
The Submariner and stuff like that from the Millie, Nelly, all that stuff, super tough to find. It's all that stuff is scarce. It's not just that it's this issue. So,
just the time range.
Yep. And then we jump into Daring Mystery next.
Yep, Daring Mystery.
Daring Mystery 1. This was the second Timely comic. And it's the first appearance of the Fiery Mask. And what a boss cover.
Yeah.
That is like a little Flash Gordon meets like crime.
Yeah, it's a weird matchup.
What's that guy carrying? A mace?
Yeah, dude, with a wrist.
Oh yeah, he's rocking a mace there.
Holy cow!
Yeah, so
he doesn't lose it.
You're gonna fucking brain the dude with the triple barrel, whatever that thing is. The triple
Tommy gun.
Yeah. Good for him, man.
That is holy shit, that's a beautiful cover.
It really is. Timely's are revered for a reason, and it's not just Schomburg's work.
Hey, it's got bat nipples.
This
perseverance.
This cover is selling me. Not that I'll ever afford one, but man, I'm just taking it in, man. The skyline even is gorgeous.
It is. And then we got to go to 7. This is...
Oh, there's Fiery Mask.
I was like, this is not it.
Wait, I didn't get 7.
Uh-oh. Okay, right on. 7...
Yeah, Daring, you only had 1.
No, because we got to go to Mystery.
Yeah,
Daring, that's it for Daring. Like,
Mystic.
Daring Mystery, that's it. From 9 on, it's Daring. I didn't have Peter get 9 because I did it in Comic Money the other night.
Well, yeah, soon.
Or I will soon, yeah.
We're in the future. Ben's in the
past.
But
nobody, there's no crossover here.
Well, yeah, they're going to wonder what happened to my beard.
Yes, well. Mystic Comics 1. This is the 3rd title by Timely. It's the first appearance of a handful of people that it doesn't matter. Besides Flexo the rubber robot, like who cares? Again, a lot of that early cover grab bondage, yellow dress bondage.
Yeah, well, the red covers, they had to do their own thing and go with the yellow dress distress.
Yep, and I like that the blue Blizz there's just fucking donking a dude with a gun instead of shooting him.
I was going to say, why he's got a gun, why is he hitting him with it?
He did draw blood
already?
He did draw blood or jelly, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. But you got Eye Patch guy here who's shooting him. You got
he may have run out of bullets. There's a lot of them.
There are a lot.
I mean, there's a guy with a hook. There's somebody shooting him right there.
That's not even a dude with a hook hand. That's a hook fucking
arm.
Oh, that's...
You got a knife going. The guy above him's got a freaking meat cleaver.
Yeah, and it's like, this guy looks like who is he with them? Like
he's a tough hombre.
Bad hombre. Bad.
Oh, that's a cleaver. I thought he was going to throw like a red napkin or something down there for a second.
I still can't get over the fucking the hook arm.
Yeah,
it's not even a useful hook. Like it's a.
When you've lost that much arm, I mean, do you really need a hook?
Actually, a longer hook would be good.
Should we jump ahead to the last one that's worth taking a look at in Mystic is number 7?
Oh shit.
I would try to explain. I'm just going to sit for about 30 seconds. Let this one sink in. That's not on. Stop. There we go.
And I'll give you guys a little bit closer look and then scroll down after a few seconds. Yeah, because there's a lot in here. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Well, it looks like he's opening the Ark of the Covenant.
He does, but there's like little darkness demons. Like there's a Top Cow book.
It's the War Minister, of course, with secret plans.
Secret plans right there. This cover got a little rub on it. Can't see the whole little write-up down there.
You know who this cover is?
I do not.
It's a Kirby.
Really?
Huh?
I'm wondering if I
Can't
can
tell.
see it.
Can't tell. I mean, you can tell right there, or I can, but with the story, like that's.
Wouldn't be my first guess still, though.
No. Yeah, what a fantastic way to close out a series.
Yeah, and this looks like the demon at the end of Big Trouble in Little China back here with the extra arms. The Destroyer. Huh.
Fantastic way to be like, here, now this is happening.
So what? Can you tell me a little bit about this Destroyer?
Can I tell you about the Destroyer?
I don't know anything about it.
Good. I don't either.
He looks like Eclipso.
We've been down this road before.
Well, there seems to be a huge amount of interest in it, and it's a character I know nothing of.
I don't know if there's. I mean, the interest lies in it being timely, opposed to
The character themselves.
Is what I believe. Outside of Cap, Torch, Bucky, Toro, Subby, Namorita, or Namora. It's not Namorita till like bronze.
Yeah, like 50.
I was gonna say 50, but I didn't want to be wrong.
I think it's 50.
I don't know.
I
There
agree
seems
with
to
you.
be a subgenre of collectors that focus on the Destroyer.
I just
There
think
are
look.
wildly popular isn't something I would use to describe them.
Fair enough.
It's just unique. You look at the other heroes of the day. Like, this is a different look. It's a lot darker. He looks more like a villain, I guess you would say, than a hero, no?
No, and it's also not got the red, the red cover scheme going on.
Doesn't it make it stick out more because you've seen so many red and yellow covers? When you get this, you're like, oh shit. It lets you soak it in and like, what the fuck is happening with the box, man? And like, if you're gonna torture the dude. Why, like, and why is there like a weird temple in the background? Like, I don't know. What a great cover.
I'm totally thinking Lucas saw this or Spielberg saw this when he was thinking of freaking Raiders, man.
It's possible.
Kirby. So Human Torch has his own title. Started as Red Raven.
Huh.
Yeah, I could not find a logo just for Red Raven.
Well, yeah, this
issue.
It turns with the next. So the way they balance it out is by having 2 number 5s. I think it's something to do with cheaper publishing rights, or because you already had the title, you just changed it, and that's why Atlas did it. Like, that's why we didn't get a Thor number 1. Like, they just took over the title as they went.
I got you. Yeah,
I could be wrong. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because Red Raven, like you said, it switches Human Torch. Less red.
Definitely less red. Not the best rendition of Namor.
Red Raven, to tie it back, Red Raven's one of those books that was. I don't think it's nearly as popular as it was in the early 90s. But if you go back, there's video of Greg White and maybe Reese or Carbo, maybe all of them. But there's just them running around. Somebody bought. It's on one of the like Netflix or comic specials.
Okay.
It was just like the most obscure chase book, and everyone was like huddled around to see it, where I feel like that is not how things go these days. People are like, that's cool, where's your Punch 12? You know?
Yeah,
But the 80s... Yeah. So, anyway.
It's just probably one of those books that doesn't come up.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen it outside of that special. I think we go to
2, and then we get your dual 5.
5?
Yeah.
5. Okay, so there's 2 5s. What fucking oh man. The one on the left is the first Nazi comic World War II comic book cover.
Really?
Yep. And it's a strong one.
Yeah.
The reason they did 5 twice is because the Red Raven 1. Sorry, guys. I'm fucking spacing here.
No worries.
Yeah, 5 because there was no 1. So then by 6, you're back on the correct track. The Schomburg on the right is the second.
Yeah, this one's fall. Like the first one came out in the summer, and then the second number 5 came out. It says fall issue,
and they're both Schomburg. For what it's worth.
I mean, that war machine he's driving is intense.
It is. It's like the old school time machine, but with tank treads.
Well, it looks like he's got a freaking turbine powered.
Schomburg was a master of that stuff, man. The full cover and the contraptions.
I'm not sure what the plungers are feuding.
They're speakers. He's blasting his music while he's rolling.
That's how I do it.
Yeah,
those bad guys look like they escaped the Simpsons a little bit.
Yeah, it's weird, right? So then we hop over to 7.
Let's go zoom out here.
7. 7's another one of those intense. This is the first Japanese war cover in comics, also.
Huh.
Yep. And again, Schomburg. He might have done the entire run. If he didn't, he did really, really close to it. I don't know if this is as classic as others. I think it gets more attention for the historicness.
Yeah, like the caricature kind of depictions that.
And that's Schomburg, right? Like, always, a Schomburg cover if you can go, Jesus, that's so over the top. Like 90% of the time, and it's not an EC. If it's an EC, you should know who it is, man, because they're all over the fucking top. Wonderful.
Also, not the red bar.
Yeah.
I'm looking at their controls. Why does it say no? Because it wouldn't read on from the outside. Where you're working the controls, it's going to read no. I don't know.
Your observations are so amusing to me.
I don't know. I had to look at something else. So it's like, all right, got these Japanese guys. Torch coming in, attaboy.
Oh, man.
Attaboy, Torch.
Attaboy, Torch. You get him.
9, maybe? 9's the next one?
It's 9.
This
another
one,
classic cover.
This one, I've seen a lot. I don't know why. This one's burned in my brain somewhere.
This is another one of those underwhelming.
The Suez Canal back there.
Is this a similar to the Human Torch one they did in the later, Marvel, 80s or 90s? Is that why it looks similar to me?
I don't know 80s, 90s. I know the Bronze Age Human Torch, the white cover.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Is that why it looks similar? Is it a similar pose? It strikes me as similar, but I don't recognize it.
When it's Schomburg, it's like, that's usually where I end up. I'm like, I've seen this before. Oh, right, I've seen it in another cover. It's just called Chaos. So this is a classic. I don't know, man. I'm not in love with this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's all right.
Not
We
like
got 20 more.
Yeah, 12.
To look at.
12 sets the bar, so it ruins the whole run. Fucking what? Zoom in on 12, please.
Oh, I got you.
Dude, he punched the dude's arm off.
I know, that's ridiculous.
Like, holy shit. Yes, he melt punched the dude's all like, thanks, Schomburg. Thanks for reminding everybody where the line is.
And I don't know if she's impressed or scared by her.
Yeah, I think she's terrified. She's like, what is happening? And how is he going to get her down, man?
Well, that's Joe's job.
Yeah. Fucking this cover. I tried to win a bid on this a couple times years ago, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I felt like I needed to send an apology to everyone else that bid because I was not in their league.
You weren't competitive at all.
Oh my God. I was like, oh, I'm going to take it down. It went for like 8 times what I bid. I was like, okay, I apologize for wasting everybody's time. Have a good day.
Wait a second.
It was like that time the Action 1 was on eBay, the high grade one, and I saw it go up and I just put a bid on to say I put a bid on it like $500 quick.
I would have bid like 100 on it and just been like 100 grand. I'll come up with it if I get it. Yeah, this is the one right after, right? It's 13.
Yeah, 13. But I'm saying this looks like the same guy got his arm melted off a little bit.
It's his brother.
Yeah, with the Indiana Jones snakes.
I think Spielberg must have freaking loved him some Schomburg.
Yeah.
You can't not. I mean,
a little green dress distress.
I get a lot of flack too, and I understand. Like, these covers make some folks uncomfortable. I get it, man.
Yeah, it was a time.
It is the time, and it's. I don't know. I'm not justifying or anything other than being like, I appreciate it, and it's not because it's I don't know. It's I appreciate it for the art, the action, and the ridiculous, over the top. Like,
well, it's part of the war.
Man,
the propaganda was part of the war.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think 14 ties. First Atlas Globe logo. It ties with number 5 of something. And again, this Atlas Globe doesn't come till far later. So, fun fact.
Any good explanation of why they changed over so often?
No,
like,
I really think, again, so Timely was, it just went Timely, Atlas, Marvel. Timely was 1955, I think, or 53. I mean Atlas, whatever. If I said Timely, Timely's 39, and then Marvel's 61 with FF. But all these little, like this Atlas wasn't actually Atlas; it was just Timely calling it.
Just putting Atlas on there.
Yep, just like they did the Marvel comic, just like they did. I wish I could remember the other names. Just there's literally like 42 of them. Happens a lot in the romance stuff.
Were they just trying to, get trademarks or something?
I don't know.
All right.
So we're going into Captain America.
Ready for Cap?
I mean,
You can't start much stronger than that.
He punched out Hitler over 200 times.
I mean, if you're gonna be a first appearance cover, man, punch Hitler in the freaking jaw and knock him out.
And if you're gonna be a sidekick, fucking hop up and salute. Don't jump through a goddamn circus drum.
That's where you're going with this.
Like,
back to kicking on Robin.
Oh, man, it's true. Yeah, I mean this dropped in 1940. I think it was December of 40. The cover is March 41.
Yeah.
But it actually dropped in December of 40. Yeah, crazy. There's no reason for me to say stuff about Simon and Kirby that other people aren't right on top of. Like,
yeah. So we'll go on to issue 3.
Issue 3. This is, I think more people know about this now than they did before. This is the first Stanley text, like, story, written, Stan's first work, published work, and the cover doesn't hurt.
Is this the same tube that they were launching the girl into earlier? Was it Marvel Comics 3 or 5?
No, you're thinking of Marvin the Martian when he's going to shoot that rocket to Earth.
No, there was a girl in a tube going into
She was going into the incinerator.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was an incinerator. This is a tube firing out into space, I think. Oh, no, to the war zone, according to this.
Maybe space.
I mean, Red Skull, I was going to say it doesn't get much better than 1 and 3. It does with 75, but, like, that's a different animal.
Well, how come she gets to go in a tube and he's getting tied to the outside?
Because he's a wily little fuck.
I mean, that doesn't look like he's going to fit, right? That's a pretty small tube.
Circus drum.
He's not getting shot out. He's getting ground to a pulp.
And then I got
It's an intense Red Skull.
a triple feature for you on the next slide.
Well, before we go to the next slide,
Okay.
Real quick to close out, after all that talking, blah, 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 Stanley, that, it's a Schomburg. Moving on. That's what we should call the show, it's a Schomburg. Like,
5, 7, 8.
look, Nico.
All red titles. I thought I had escaped them for a little while when I was grabbing the photos, and then I get hit with 3 more. Red, red, red.
If you look at them together like this, it almost looks like a sequential art of
Kind of, right?
just battling. It's interesting.
I also like that, the Nazis had a circus, apparently.
Dude, the fucking top hat. What a triumph of a in the comic cover world. Jesus. Oh, in the Wheel of Death.
Wait, clown cover.
Yeah, this little dude is creepy as shit.
Unfortunately, I didn't have this to drop the mic with that one. Fucking, I'll have to get it for 3 comic money. Top hats.
Top hats and clowns. Holy shit.
Fuck. These are all Kirby's, by the way. Simon Kirby, right?
I mean, that's
or no, sorry, they're Kirby with Sid Shore's inks.
those
I
are
believe this was a 7.
Beautiful inks too.
This one's 7. So it's 5,
the
7.
ever popular mace again that he's going to cut onto her head. It's an
Oof.
inefficient way to do it since there's a reel up there.
Yeah.
I could just let it drop, but I'm going to cut it.
Very slowly.
And another fantastic hat.
That's true.
I'm also not sure that Cap hitting him may not drive that into her skull.
Yeah.
He's not. He's coming in for the taint swipe. Give it
That's
to
a
her.
pretty glorious action pose, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It'd be more glorious if fucking Bucky wasn't like.
He's just holding on, man. What
He
if
was
we'd
like,
seen? What if they
"Hold
did
on,
that shot in the Captain America First Avenger scene?
like
Where Bucky
like,
holding
yeah,
on to his ass.
respect Kirby, but like, okay. And this is another fantastic. I love this over the top ridiculousness, but you also get. Look, I mean, look at the detail of the sleeves. This is what you don't get with Schomburg. Schomburg would have 1,000 other bullets flying. There's nothing wrong with it because it'd be his. But I appreciate the juxtaposition of, I don't want to say the simplicity because it's not that simple, but it is compared to a Schomburg cover.
It's more character focused versus background focus.
Yeah, the background is definitely a little more open.
And that boat in the background, like that horizon, bottom horizon, like, I don't know, that makes me happy. Fantastic cover.
Yeah. That
Would it be a war, machine if it was a Schomburg versus Triple Sail?
That's very, very true. Oh, God.
For you guys is 25.
I just want to say, good for you, Tim Marshall. Sweet Jesus. He said he had that 5. Good for you, brother.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Jeez. I bow down, sir.
We'll have you on for Monty when we do top hats.
You're invited.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben. He's got it already.
Clowns 2.0, you're guesting and just dropping the mic.
I will come with my copy of Rejected and 2 other variants of the Rejected, and I will cover top hats just fine.
You could get a Mandrake.
Oh, yeah, shit. Or
You guys,
I have a Mandrake. All right, 25 is the next one.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be on this
with
list.
a top hat, guys.
This doesn't need to be on the list. It's a cool. Here's a great example of a cool cover that falls in that cool cover realm of I might be able to grab this book. It's Cap 25.
Well, we didn't put this on here for the cover.
Nope, Sid Shore's cover. Nice cover. Cap drinks opium in this issue, so I've landmarked it as an important.
Is that why he's skiing?
No, but it's why he talks to the devil.
Yeah.
Cap, what's the matter, bong? Like, what up, son? Like, yeah, man. Fucking been there. Crazy. Been there, including the fucking devil drinking shit out of a skull talking to me. Like,
it's an intense devil, too. It's not a friendly devil.
No, and then you get suddenly the drugs wear off.
Yeah, dude, check out the bottom panel, too. Kill! Fucking. All right.
Nuts.
So this is one where the interior wins versus the exterior. Cap's had a rough day.
Concentrated opium.
Concentrated. Again, man, been there. It's called the Summer of Night.
That would eat away your whole brain.
Thank goodness he's got the super soldier serum.
Yeah, i.e. opium.
Special tinctures. Tinctures and elixirs.
Tinctures, elixirs, and fucking...
That's how we all got superpowers then. Amphetamines and opium.
Yeah, it's topical, consider, with all the snowflame cocaine powered talk we got lately. We could bring it back to opium.
We could. I got the fucking... I do that monkey EC fucking story.
The Black Terror was ethers. It wasn't elixir. It was ethers. I remember. I mean, this is why you think you're a hero, man.
Shit. What did I say before we started? Deadhead, Gorilla Glue, Barry White. We're in. We're back on track, people. Issue 36.
I have no idea what you just said, but okay.
I got a little cheese platter down here.
I'm like, that's a serious code word situation.
I had 3 strains lined up, and I'm like, oh, man.
Well, I gave you 36 and 46 together, so we didn't have 9.
That's nice.
What is Hitler out of the sedan?
Yeah. Well, if Hitler's going to go for a desert ride in this fucking convertible, like, Cap's coming in, man.
That is some intense power holding onto that plane that way.
With the shield on, too. He's got the shield on his strapped on right there, too.
It's the Atlas Globe again, too.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is Bucky supposed to be flying, or is he just screwing? I'm gonna shoot.
I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him at all. Keep it
gotta
real.
take out the guy on the Harley so we don't have another headlight cover.
Ah, Christ. What's the other one?
He's just falling over the boxer. Doesn't even look like he got hit.
No. And I mean, like, it's funny what people consider classic and, like, what gets adopted as a classic. I'm 36. Like, I'm okay with it. It's cool. I definitely am not like, this is a classic cover. 46?
Well, Hitler.
Schomburg,
It's a Hitler cover.
I think it's just Hitler. Hitler, yeah.
Respect,
Doesn't matter.
But like Schomburg Holocaust cover? Like what? I don't know what to say to that. It's just there you go, man. Covers get intense.
Yeah, this one is.
Yeah, this is messed up.
You know? And that's a classic to me. That sticks out when people are like, oh, name 10 Schomburgs. I think that's one of them. Or you're like, oh, I don't want to name it because it's one of those ones you're like, I don't know.
I've never seen this cover and I know not what you speak.
Yeah.
And you look at it, like with that line they got waiting back there.
Yeah, it's fucking uncomfortable, man.
Yeah.
Is
they have lunch? What is this? It's like a.
Yeah. The fucking. I don't know, man. All right. 74 jumps ahead to Weird Tales.
Weird Tales.
I know I said 75 earlier. I love 75. It's the black. It's the second. There's two Weird Tales, 74, 75.
Yeah, this one is a monster the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's been a monster since I got in. It was one of the first books I put on my I'm going to buy this list. And one of the first books I put on the I can't buy this list.
You scratched it off.
I didn't scratch it off. I just wrote, fuck me, I guess. Like,
it's so different.
And I get stuck on 75 because it's the cheap one. Like 75 is like the horror cover, but it's the black one with like the hairy dude. And you're like, but yeah, man, this cover, huh?
Well, let's go that, we talked about the other week where Fawcett kind of drifted to horror and he fought an evil dinosaur with glasses. Captain is much better fighting
our hot 10.
The demon Red Skull.
At least he's not trying to steal our hot 10.
No, he's not.
Red Dress Distress.
Red Dress Distress, gentlemen.
Which is not even really in this. I mean, you didn't notice that.
So you'll also notice the Marvel Comics logo. That's literally how you know it's rare. When you see that, you know you're in trouble. So when you see that logo with that cover, that's why you get the prices you get. I mean, this is thousands and thousands of dollars in low grade.
Yeah, this is actually moved more with the pre-code market than the timely market, which has always been on fire, but the pre-code kind of blew up. I think this kind of followed that rocket ship. Maybe it's with both rocket ships. I don't know.
No, 100%. You're right on the pre-code horror.
Can you zoom back in a little?
Yeah, what do you want to see?
Just the skull. I mean, it is the detail in this one is so.
The little hairs on his hands.
It is so disturbing. I don't like they turned up the factor on this one.
Yeah.
I not every book that gets big money I see. This one 100% don't even tell me what's going on. You see it for a second, you go, this book I should own, and I don't have enough money.
And when you figure out that this is the edge of a cliff and Red Skull's coming in at fucking 10-fold, like, or whatever, and the trees, that's what makes it for me. Yeah. Is the trees getting ripped out by his presence.
Yeah, well, even look at Cap. Like, Cap's not there, like, standing defiantly ready to fight. Like, he's, like, almost cowering for his life.
And where's your shield?
Red Skull ate it.
He very well could have. Martin Nodell cover.
That was a very nice cover from an artist that I have not heard a ton of.
Yeah.
We finish out the run in Atlas. This is officially Atlas. 75, oddly enough, is the official last timely. The black cover horror. And
I didn't grab 75.
This is one of the first Atlas issues.
This just feels a lot more modern than it is.
This guy.
It's fantastic, man. Everything about it.
Communists.
Yeah.
See the SIG too. This is how you know we're getting into the Marvel Age of stuff here. We got Ramita coming in.
Wow.
Gorgeous fucking cover. I bought this for those who have, for Solo Wookie and whoever else has been watching, Nick. the past 5 times. I got the football Marvel Marvel Junior there. The Kirahodo. Right. I got that. This and Ghost 2. Is Ghost 2 the yellow and 6 is the red? Or is it the other way? All right. And Ghost 2 together in the same deal. Like, those were the 3 books that the other guy, FPC, passed on. He's like, this is all I have left for Golden Age. You know, that's whoever bought the rest. And I was like, okay. And he showed me this book, The Captain and the Ghost. I was like, okay, thanks. I'll take them all.
This is a great cover.
It is.
I honestly can say I've never actually looked at this one.
I enjoy it.
The yellow really just
refreshing. Yeah, it's. I mean, Romita. Again, like the different styles that people bring to the titles is wonderful, but I don't know, man. Romita, like, this is just a great sign. Like, I don't know, going out on top, man. You're gonna do one more cap, like, all right.
If you're gonna do one, let's knock it out of the park.
No, and you can give us for Romita, like,
almost like
bring it home.
Changing the guard. I mean, you look at it too. Like, it does have that more modern feel with the more empty background, where it's just all yellow. Like, there's no buildings, there's no mountains, there's no fighting going on. I mean, you got some extra dudes, back here, but they're more just framing than anything else.
I really dig Cap there. All right, so then we technically would move on, but I wanted to point out
this weird book.
Oh, dude, in 1942, in Canada only, they released a 132-page, and I know it says 128 pages. Before anybody says anything, front and back covers count. It's 132-page. Because for the longest time, I was like, I don't get it. What's happening?
Well, yeah, I wasn't sure I found the right thing when you sent me the outline. I'm like, I think this is it.
No, sometimes they count the cover, and you're like, what?
Yep. So this released in 1942.
Yeah, I think so.
Only in Canada. It's the Captain America Annual. I've never seen one. I've never seen one come to auction. I know that it exists because Peter found a picture.
Whispers and rumors, man. Whispers and rumors.
Yeah, I've seen. You know where I've seen it? I've seen a copy. I saw a mid-grade copy sell in the early '90s catalog of Christie's or Sotheby's.
Huh. Crazy.
Solo Wookie, you might be right, brother.
Captain Nazi's brother.
Z's favorite fucking character. Moving on.
All right, we are hitting
Yeah. All right. Good.
Subby.
Subby number 1.
Yeah. What a great cover. Again, like this.
Except for that douche angel in it.
Also, the angel
jumping out of the trampoline. I threw Ben with that one. He's like, what?
No. Schomburg, 41. I just get lost in stuff sometimes. But sometimes, I mean most of the time.
Well, so we're kind of jumping around. Like, we're going more by title, not by time.
We had to, because trying to do it chronologically, like...
It would be confusing.
I got like 2 minutes into it, and I was like, this is foolish. This is the stupidest thing I've done today.
Well, this made it easier for me.
I love that we do this, guys. So, not to interject, but...
No, I love just looking at them. I mean, I have 0 to add to the timely discussion. 0. And it's just fun to look at. I mean,
that's pretty much what the timely discussion is, right? It's holy shit, look at this cover. What do you like? This is what I like.
Yeah.
And that's fucking what comics are about, right? It's just easier with timelies because there's no, did you read this? Do you like this title? It's like it or not like it, and more importantly, what do you like about it? That's where people land.
The thing that sticks out to me on this one, though, is the Submariner's drawn very beefy.
Oh, yeah.
He's usually very slender, very kind of.
Schomburg draws him this beefy ass, jacked. Like, look at the size of the soldiers falling out versus.
Yeah, there's no neck on him.
Right, dude's jacked. Bill Everett draws him. Oh man, that's something we didn't go over. I should have. We didn't hit the Marvel Mystery Comics 2. Originally, Marvel Mystery Comics 2, when it released, was supposed to have a Bill Everett Submariner painted cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my bad. Fucking
showed
gorgeous.
That on an article not that long ago.
I did the classic cover on it.
Oh yeah, that was freaking a monster.
All right, what's the next cover we're going to?
So check it out on Comic Book Invest. Go to Classic Covers and you can find it. Probably 6 months ago, maybe less.
We got a start of a run. I got 3
9
books
and
for
10.
you.
Oh God.
9, 10, 11.
11 is monstrous.
Yeah, that dragon is.
The dragon one, Nico, man, I think that's his favorite cover. All this stuff, Schomburg. Like you couldn't tell looking at the first fucking cover, right?
Yeah.
Like immediately, you're just like, oh, it's Schomburg.
Yep. Oh, yeah, what's going on? Say here. Well, look how big he is here.
He's like a monster.
He's more like the Kraken. And still hanging in there with the Angel. But this one right here,
So I'm staring at this cover, and there's a Hulk cover that for some reason somebody in the group recently got a Lebanese version or something obscure, but there's a Hulk cover that's one of the Hulk rampaging Hulk covers, and it looks like a homage to this, and I had never really seen it before.
Yeah.
It is one of the greatest Schomburgs. Just to echo what Mark's saying.
Hey, 16 years, but you got one.
At least they've made Angel smaller.
Yeah, now he just gets a little more of a tab. Doesn't get a whole circle feature.
No, that's just enough to let people know, you know.
In case you still cared, he's still here.
He's getting a whole book's worth, 20 pages. It's not too shabby. But yeah, I don't know. This one's awesome.
Before we go, we have 12, 13, 14 next.
Yes.
Before we do those, this is what the Marvel Comics 2.
Oh, yeah, that monster.
Oh, there you go. I blew you up.
Because of the title change, it's so ridiculous. Anyway,
just take that in for a minute.
This is one of those fantastic Sotheby's auctions from the early 90s. This one's from December of 91.
Do you have the realized sale price on that one? Oh, God.
I do not.
Wait, is that... Holy shit, that's the...
It's the inside of it. These things, I'm telling you, man. This is so much to learn by reading these. And so much to just be sick to your stomach over.
So, like, I remember finding, you know, when you find, like, the price guides from the 80s and the 90s, that's kind of like, you're like, oh, wow.
Hey, Vampy.
This is when you dive down that hole full well and go, I want to see what did I really fucking miss?
Yeah, like the actual original art to Vampirella 1.
Oh, I didn't even put that in my head at first when I was like, oh, it's Vampirella. And I'm like, wait a second. That's the art.
They're like, hopefully they'll get 40 to 50 grand for it.
Crazy.
Okay.
That's interesting. That one isn't, like, a lot of them stayed in the family. That one did not.
Yeah, and it's the original. And for those who don't know, the original painting for Vampirella is not the cover. They had to edit it, whatever you want to call it, airbrush it. Well, yeah, I mean, Warren Magazine was like, we don't want Bush.
I gotcha.
Like,
Gotcha.
Rosetta was like, that's too bad. So, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, if you'd like to really be heartbroken, look at some of that stuff.
It's fascinating stuff. It's really fun to learn. And it lets me sound like a know-it-all asshole when I'm like, "Wow, did you know Marvel Mystery had a painted fucking cover?" I only know that because of this. You know what I mean? But that's a cool thing to know.
Yeah.
Well,
now more people will know. At least 19 of us now know.
Yeah. I'll forget by the morning, Peter.
I'm not counting you.
Oh, all right.
I'm counting the 17 plus me and John.
Oh, well, yeah, John heard when I bitched about it when it first came. I was like, fucking that and the Vampy at 50. Like, even if it got double. All right, anyway, 12, 13, 14, I think, is another Schomburg run.
Yeah, more insane covers.
And they are. Oh, man. Oh, man, do I love 13.
Yeah.
I mean...
good, but yeah.
12's incredible. 14's great. Thanks, Tim. The fucking 13, man. The fucking 13. Like,
yeah, let's get a closer look. So we got the 12, yeah. Looks like they're taking down a, I don't know, bridge, a port of some kind. I don't know.
Some fort, mid-channel fort.
Oh shit! I just realized. Like, looking here, it looks like Angel's down to 16 pages now. He doesn't get the 20. And then, oh shit! Next issue, he's down to 8.
Yeah. Oh shit. Dude, the third one. Also, Angel.
Also, Angel.
Only on the cover.
Maybe we'll give you a panel.
Again, the 13, everything about it. The detail in it. This is one of those, Schomburg being the master of the busy cover, while it not being... This is not as full as a usual Schomburg cover. There's a lot of empty space up there. But it's still incredibly busy. Red Dress Distress.
Yep.
Bondage, Snake and Rope, take your pick.
Mm-hmm.
I realize I still have my fucking camera off. My bad, people.
It's all right. We hear you.
I know. I guess it's all that matters. I should probably leave the camera off. Yeah, man. I think he knew Solo Wookiee. I think by the time you hit stuff like this, you're getting noticed by others in, albeit a very, it's not even a small industry in the 40s, and it was big, but it was not, I don't know what the right word is. Prestigious?
Not as respected as you.
Yeah, that's the word. Thanks, Sean.
Prestigious. Kind of like, Leo said he wanted to do not comics initially, but he ended up in comics. So.
Respect.
Yeah, and then, what was this, 14? He's still a giant.
Yep.
He seems to have the ability to morph.
It's that Schomburg filling space when he needs to. It gets the effect that he wants, and it is. It's wonderfully imposing. But I do the 13.
Anything empty. I mean, are those boats in the water? What is that?
Yeah, in the background, those look like boats.
We were just saying that even there is empty space in the 13, but it's filled with detail.
Yeah,
and it's still busy. It's beautifully, beautifully chaotic. I think we finish out Submariner. I mean, we could go on. Again, I urge everyone, go to whatever you go to check out covers.
Don't use the Gerber guide on this run is what I've learned.
Especially with Schomburg's. The Gerber guide, there's a lot of comics. Honestly, the pre-code horror, you're a PCH fan, you're a crime guy, you're a superhero, non-timely person, go for it. You get lost. But when you hit timelies, you breeze over them.
Here. See, it's a pretty big book, like the guide itself, but they put so many covers on each page that they are pretty small, and it is easy to get lost in just looking at hundreds
And they look so similar on the edges.
They really do, especially when you hit the Marvel Mystery, the Captain America, or the Subby, and the Human Torch is the worst because you hit that run and you're like, it's just red, orange, and yellow. There's
red, orange,
nothing
yellow.
else exists.
Green bad guys.
Poof, your eyes. Anyway, last issue. Origin.
Yeah, now he's the size of a mountain or a city.
Yep, super.
Like Godzilla!
Yeah, he messing around. Where do you find that mallet? Well, you're playing croquet.
It's fucking fantastic.
That's a valid question. Where did he get a mallet that big?
And the logo, again.
Oh, yeah.
Get that logo, it's all over.
I like how this copy also has the stamp on it, too.
Huh.
Yeah, he's got the mallet. You got these planes flying in. I guess he stepped on something. Something blew up down here by his foot.
It's so full. That is the last timely issue, right?
I think so, because up next, we just have some random goodness.
I think it's,
like random goodness.
It's the last timely issue, but it keeps going. So that's the last timely issue in 1949. And then it keeps going as an Atlas. It's like the Human Torch picked back up an Atlas, but they all started in 1954 and have like 2 or 3 pre-code issues before. It's like the Cap 68. That's from 1950, whatever, when the last Cap cut off years and years before. Random goodness alphabetically.
But it is alphabetically.
I like how you put that there. So that was more of a cue for Ben and I probably than you guys.
You know, it's not completely random. There is a method to the madness.
Oh yeah, shit.
All select. I mean, I say I mean and like a lot, but I mean,
Going a little bit here on one. Let it take center stage a little bit more. You got a Nazi castle back here with just dudes falling everywhere because you got giant Submariner.
Well, Submariner is definitely giant. The other two, I think it's Aspect that we're viewing.
Yeah, they're just in the foreground, I think. I said Hitler's beer garden. I just looked real fast. I was like, man.
Again, obviously Schomburg. Everything about Cap is incredible with this cover.
Oh, that's an outstanding pose.
Yep.
Gun.
Everything about this cover is strong. It's the castle. Again, Submariner has decided to be
a giant.
400 times bigger. 11 is the 1 through 10 are all Schomburg, which is important to note because 1 through 10 is basically JSA, whatever you want to call it.
Invaders?
Timely's, yeah, exactly. Timely's group there, all select, and then they kind of did it with Bucky, Toro, and whatever in Young Allies. 11 is the first Blond Phantom. I really, really like Blond Phantom. I like later Timely stuff. It's fun.
Well, it's a fantastic kind of how it's done is just really catching.
It's Sid Shores.
I mean, the shadow. I'm not sure the lights match up right, but man.
I have no idea where to find these Solo Wookiee.
I believe you sell kidneys, Solo Wookiee.
No, honestly, you find low grades on eBay. This is where you consider taking a restored book, depending on your
your tolerance
And
for those
again,
things.
like we talk about this from time to time, but everyone has different levels. Some folks, $100 is a real, that's a real book. Some folks, it's more, and it keeps going.
Yeah.
Respect, everyone collects what they can, and we have fun. I definitely don't live in a world that I can buy an all select one. I live in a world that if a low grade restored copy came up, I could be the proud owner of it. And I know people that are like, save up and get a better one, and other people that are like, holy fuck, that's a big book.
Well, there's so many levels of collectors that the top of echelons aren't even. They're buying it as asset classes versus a collection.
Yes,
we don't understand that.
No, yeah, and it's just important for people to remember. We're all in it for the same. Well, most of us are in it for the love of it. Golden Age is much more of a passion-driven thing for most of us than it is a moneymaker or a flip game.
That being said, if you hold it for a little while, you'll make money. But you likely won't.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, Golden Age is the best place to fucking park your money. I'm getting rid of 90% of my personal stuff. And everyone hears me say that. It's most of it's coming back in comic form. It's just going out as, for the sake of argument, 100 books and coming back as 10. You know what I mean?
Or 5.
But it's a lot fucking more books than that, and it's coming back as hopefully a hot 100.
Gerber Guide's on eBay. You can find it there. You can find it under. Some people might list it Gerber. Some people might just list it as the Photojournal Guide to Comic Books.
There's a leather bound and a hard copy. I don't think there's a soft cover, right?
I don't know. There's small soft ones.
Do not get confused with the Marvel Gerber Guide. Those are like Silver Age. Don't do those.
Yeah, the Golden Age has 2. There's 2 volumes. The first one goes A through J. That one's pricier. I think that one you'll find like in the $60 to $80 range usually, which still isn't too bad because I think the actual cover cost is somewhere close to that anyway.
You watch for an auction, you can get them cheaper.
Yeah. And volume 2, K through Z, that you can find for like $20. There's, for whatever reason, volume 2 is a cheaper buy. It's just volume 1 is expensive.
Yeah. Watch for auctions. I think I got the set for under 75, but I was patient.
Yeah, again, I did kind of the same. I think I did 60 and the 20, so I was like in for like 80 for the 2 of them.
Yeah,
I paid $100 for the leather bound.
Oh, I don't see those ever.
Yeah. I couldn't not, and then oh man, good memories, man. Right, it was right. So I get into comics right after I had, or right after my wife and I had our first kid. She was born in 2010. I get into comics like a year later. And it just kept me focused and working and doing stuff and relaxing. And endless nights, the 2 of us, my wife, whatever, let her grab some sleep, and my daughter and I'd sit there and I'd just fucking paw through the Gerber Guide, being like, I'm gonna buy this. And she couldn't tell me I was an idiot, so we got along just fine.
She made the sound you assumed affirmative. Great idea, Dad.
She kept taking the bottle, so I was like, she agrees, man. So, circling back, Blond Phantom. I really enjoy her. I have a super nice copy of 12.
12.
A fun logo in the corner. The Marvel.
With her little peeking out.
Yep. And then you can see the fucking choke out in the mirror.
Yeah, this dude.
Guy looks like he should have a top hat.
Yeah, Bryce. I enjoy this cover so much because the role reversal. Right?
Opposite red dress.
The red dress. She's got the red dress going. She's fucking owning it, right? She's gonna go save this jackass who's tied up.
Yeah.
The dude needs help. He's all.
It's not a very practical outfit, though.
It is a fantastic cover, though, isn't it? It is. I have a really sharp 6'5".
Oh, nice.
This makes me think of the.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Makes me think of the Incredibles when the lady's like, "Don't wear capes." Citing the examples, don't wear a giant prom dress.
Yeah.
Sid Shores again. I mean, we're finding a pattern in Timely. It's hey, that's obviously not a Schomburg or a Kirby, right? It's a Shores. Oh, okay. But yeah, I didn't have the option to buy an 11. I've never tried to find the 11. I like the 12 so much more, and it's the second appearance, but it's the first of the title, and the cover is so much stronger to me.
Yeah, agreed.
But in this book, in a 6.5, looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. There's one in MCS right now, which I looked at the price and thought it was kind of a deal. It's a little over $1,000. I think it's $1,100.
Well, somebody will probably buy it now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, because people are like $1,200. I'll buy it. You know.
Well, we shift after this.
What are we shifting to, guys?
What are we shifting to?
All winners except Angel.
Yeah, the only real introduction here, Black Marvel. I think it's the first and only. Again, this is why I should have had and kept notes.
Let's see if I got your notes. Nope. Just goes on to the other issues.
Is the next one. Okay, before we do, there's no All Winners 20. All Winners goes from 1 to 21. There's no issue 20. Issue 20, for some reason, is all teen or something. And then 21 comes back, but 19's the scarce one. See, now I can remember. Now I can flip.
Must not have sold well,
huh? So Timely at that end point was doing a lot of title changes with these kind of books. They were shifting into romance. They tried to shift Captain America into a horror title, and then it didn't work. So they literally ended it on that 75th horror issue, and then brought it back for 3 issues at the end. Right before the code. 1, okay, and then 4, maybe.
Yeah, I got 1, 4, 11, and then 19.
4 is a classic.
Oh, there's the Destroyer.
There's the Destroyer. There's the Angel.
Is that a new costume for the Angel?
No, is that not?
That's not him.
No, yeah, my bad. No, sorry, that's the Wizard.
That's the worst superhero name of all time.
Battle for Victory for America.
Now, the next one, holy Christ.
Yeah. A lot going on again.
I can't even make a commentary.
Yeah. They're fighting Nazis. They're blowing up oil tankers, it looks like. And then you go over here and it looks like Wizard, I don't know if he stole or he inspired Thor's helmet with these little wings here.
This one is one that I just see a lot. Why is it so?
The Schomburg or
the next one?
So obviously the first one's a Schomburg again. Anytime people go, oh shit, what is happening? You're like,
Why does the last one stand out? I don't. Why'd you pick it?
Why did I pick what?
The last one, the one that looks like a ninja.
19.
Yeah, why? Just because scares?
It's the first all winners. It's the first all winner squad. This is where it gets weird. Stan Lee in issue 1 wrote a story in text only about the all winner squad. And that was it. And then in 19, someone was like, oh, okay, we'll do it.
So they didn't actually appear together?
No, it's that when it's that I don't understand the question. It's the first appearance of them. It's that in issue 1, Stanley wrote a story, because
but the title's been All Winners the whole time. You're saying they didn't use it as a conjunctive group before then?
It wasn't the squad.
Yeah, it was just All Winners, and then
just the All Winners was the title.
So the actual making them an official team happened there.
Yeah, and not Miss America.
Miss Liberty?
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whatever the little dude there is, the young ally people, and why the fucking wizard? What is happening?
Yeah, he's rough.
It's terrible. And then it becomes 20 becomes all teen, and then 21 is the final issue. 21's impossible, I think. Or maybe 19's the one that's impossible.
You said 19 before.
All right, the 19's impossible.
He whizzes. Jesus.
Yeah. Looking at your notes, you do say 21 last issue. You have scarce. So I'm assuming they're both probably tough.
21 probably has a Marvel cover on it then. The Marvel logo.
I don't have that one. But
Am I making it up that the Wizard's a speedster of some kind?
Yeah, he was in Jessica Jones.
Okay.
He was a dude who he moved real fast. I think he got killed.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He's just, okay. I don't know how I knew that from somewhere.
He did, because he's fucking terrible.
Well, he probably got his powers from ethers.
But yeah, then I went with the volume 3.
Oh, wow.
That's nice, isn't it?
I cannot see covers like this and not think of a story as I remember one time I was selling some comics at a show, and there was a guy digging for Mark Jeweler issues. Like, I'm trying to put runs of all the Mark Jeweler issues together. And I said, well, that's a really specific genre. And he goes, that's all right. I got a friend trying to put together any cover with a giant appendage. And I was like, what's that? Giant hands, giant feet, giant whatever. I'm like, oh, that's a thing? And then you start looking at him and you're like, oh, that is a thing.
Everything's a thing. All right. I don't know what's after All Winners.
We got a couple of funny books.
Oh, is it Mighty Mouse?
Here I come to save the day.
That's a badass book.
It's fucking superhero, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it bridges that gap.
It does. So not many people know Mighty Mouse made his first appearance in a Marvel comic, or a timely comic. Terry Toons 22, the one on the right, is his first appearance.
It's a tough book.
I've chased that book forever. I've chased the second appearance. I cannot win them. I refuse to pay the amount of money they go for. It consistently breaks $1,000 in low grade, and it makes me go, my memories of watching Mighty Mouse and Woody Woodpecker because I stayed home sick from school are not worth that kind of money. Fuck that book.
No, but it's such. My kids don't know who it is. It's one of those I can't buy it, but I want to buy it.
Literally, that's where I'm at. I want it to be like 500 in low grade, and then I could grab it and be like, fine.
Well, at least it all right, you and your Snoopy books, he transfers to generation. He kept going. Mighty Mouse is a time capsule that is done.
There wasn't there a Ross cover not that long ago? Everybody was chasing. It was like an incentive variant for a Mighty Mouse book or something. Last couple of years.
I might own original art to a Mighty Mouse comic. Mind you, not a exciting one, but probably that run you're talking that's not a Ross.
Yeah. Well, it was just
it's an Action 1 homage of Mighty Mouse.
Well, that's still cool.
Yeah.
So are we alphabetical?
Sort of on the Mighty Mouse part of it.
So are we doing Miss something? There's two Miss. There's Miss America and Miss Fury.
We're hitting America first.
All right. Miss America 1. And only. Oh man. Wow. And for everyone who's like, hey, America Chavez or whatever, the famous covers and the variant. That's where the logo came from.
Yeah.
That's where the America came from. Like, what a fantastic cover. I would trade my Mary Marvel in to get one of these. And I love the Mary Marvel one.
Old statement.
But look at that fucking cover.
Well, she's wearing a very practical suit other than the cape.
Never wear a cape.
Yeah. And then it becomes a magazine, right? It was just the one issue, and then...
Yeah, and then it goes into a run of, I don't know, maybe 100. Just a very long run of 1940s Miss America magazines, and that's where Patsy Walker made her first appearance.
Yeah.
And she's her own beast.
Yeah.
So, Miss Fury.
Oh.
Miss Fury fans are fierce too.
I own one. I own the number 5. It's a Savage fucking Schomburg cover again.
She's very Catwoman-like.
Yeah.
The 4 is an uber classic among people. I like the 5 more, and yeah, she absolutely is. I mean, it's that one is arguable that it's arguable that modern Catwoman got her 60s Catwoman got her, idea from her.
Interesting.
And at least she wears a short cape.
This was one where when I got back in, because I was a weird cat and kind of dwelled back into Golden Age and then got obsessed with all the other stuff. I worked backwards. I was really contemplating a Miss Fury because they were too expensive at the time, but they weren't as too expensive as everything else. And now they are.
I was going to say, it's the Schomburg stuff. None of it can sustain. People find it's like the Bakers. People are like, Baker stuff swells here, and you're like, well, what about these covers? When people, I didn't know they existed, and then they swell, and you're like, well, fuck, damn it.
Yeah, like in 2012-ish, 13, this was a book you could maybe procure at a reasonable price.
Absolutely.
Like, look,
I don't really see him.
This guy. This guy's contorted all in half. Like, she wasn't messing around.
He's a rock and sock and robot head, man.
Miss.
And we hit the end. Can you guess what I have up next for you from your list?
I didn't look at the outline, so I'm purely living the ride.
I was going to tell Knights of the Old. We definitely did USA.
We're staying with the other female character.
No, we have Namorita still.
Oh, that was a beast of a book.
Namora. I fucked up earlier. Namora's Golden Age. Namorita's the modern one, right?
Yeah.
This is a 3-issue run. I can't speak to how rare they are because this kind of stuff, this is post big comic, and it's still thick, but it's smaller. It's not that magazine size if it's not mint. I've seen this once. I passed on it because the price. I haven't seen it since, and I've never seen a 2 or a 3 in person.
No, these are tough, and I've only occasionally someone will post and say, "Hey, what about this book?" I'm like, "Okay, find one."
To speak to Mark's comment about Miss Fury, Dynamite, I think there was a Dynamite run a few years ago in Miss Fury because I only know because there were variants in it.
Oh yeah, didn't they do like a bunch of older characters?
Yeah.
She also popped up before in the 80s.
Oh, shit.
I only know because I have a box of random independents that they're with. I want to say also like some of the Nico or standard characters in that, but that run, I can't think it's not Pacific, but it's kind of like that genre.
After Namora is USA?
Nope. We got one more female.
Oh, Sun Girl. Yeah.
The opposite of Moon Girl.
What do you guys think?
I had no idea what this was. I don't know who Sun Girl is until I saw this.
What do you think of the cover?
It's fine.
I like the colors. Like, I like the red with the yellow, but I don't know exactly what's going on. Like, is she...
It's another one of those timelies I've passed over and been like, it's too late now, but, in 2013, 2014, 2015, I'd pass over it and be like, if it's really cheap, I'll win it. And it never is really cheap, but it just doesn't have it. I know it wants to be better. Like, it wants to be better. It just doesn't get me.
Yeah,
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're not zooming in on it and finding something amazing.
No.
If I guess USA Comics enough, we'll get there.
And we do.
Yay! Look at this cover. Sweet Christ. I mean, another one of those just...
What is that thing?
It's
everything about it, man. Go ahead, Peter.
He's like, it looks like a ghoul Nazi right here. I don't know how else to put it with the black cat.
Well, look at that poor cat. He hasn't eaten in days, weeks.
Yeah.
This is also the first appearance of the Wizard. I know we've been waiting to get to that.
I've been waiting the whole show to talk about the Wizard.
Yeah, I didn't call it the Wizard.
The first time he said Wizard, I had to take a break and go pee.
It's a Simon Kirby. It's a Simon Kirby cover, just like Cap and some other real big boys.
So is that Mr. Liberty the Splash?
That was inside. Yeah, because it was Mr. Then he becomes Major at some point.
That's a solid splash page. I mean, it's not as deviant as the cover, but that's a solid splash. It would have made a nice cover.
Yeah.
Other than his character nobody's heard of.
Yeah.
Well, that and they couldn't even stick with the name. Well, Mister's not good enough. Let's give him a rank. Call him Major.
He's not, he's not captain.
That's true.
So
6, 7. 7's Marvel Boy.
7 is Marvel Boy.
This is another one of those strong Cap covers. Look at that.
Yeah, that yellow. They really hit that yellow on this.
I love the blue because it pulls.
Yeah.
It pulls that contrast.
Who's the cover on this? Artist, I'm sorry.
Of 7, Schomburg.
Really?
Yep. 99%.
Huh.
Peter, zoom in.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, it absolutely is. That absolutely is. 99.9 continued. Oh, dude, does it say Schomburg right on the fucking side?
I don't know. Oh, maybe. It's a little too blurry.
I'm telling you, it's Schomburg.
The cap just looks really
he looks like USA. Not USA.
Well, Schomburg tends to focus on the background so much. That's a really well drawn cap, really detailed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's the same cover as the castle.
Yeah, it is. It's just I don't know. I get so confused when Schomburg does the details on the character so much. He usually focuses on the whole picture.
Right, all the busyness goes into detail, detail. Yeah, Namora, I think we did Marvel Mystery 82, didn't we? If I didn't mention it, that's a good save.
No, I don't think we mentioned it. We probably should have.
That's my fault. 82 is absolutely the first appearance of Namora. That's a good save, Knights Old. We appreciate that.
You notice on this episode, I don't mention these are books I'm going to put on my want list because I still am like they're out of my reach.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something about the parachuting covers.
Yeah, there really is.
I mean, it is different than the Castle one in that he's not shooting himself. He's instead holding Bucky, who's doing the shooting for him.
Right, but it has that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can tell it's a... I get Z being like, is it a Schomburg? Because it's... I guess there's a third style. Because that's absolutely... I don't know.
It's not as distinct as his other stuff.
Yeah, I understand. I 100% understand that, because you can look at a World War II cover that's busy, a non-cap, any of the Marvel Mystery World War II Schomburgs, immediately you're like, yeah, it's a Schomburg. Or Miss Fury. Yeah. Miss Fury, all that stuff. Bless you.
I mean, yeah. So, Loki, why is poor Bucky? I mean, we make fun of Robin, but Bucky had to ride Cap's ass a lot.
Well, you know, he was a kid. He's a super soldier. Why waste the parachute? I got you, man.
He's not a super soldier, is he?
No, I'm saying Cap is. Cap will just hold him. We don't need to give Bucky a parachute of his own. Cap will just carry him. He'll make it down.
Got plenty of fucking ammo there.
Knights of Old say, some say Sid Shores helped on 7 with his face. Maybe that's it. It just strikes me as not quite right.
You can see that. You can see it in the I don't want to call it thin, but like the thinner.
And that stuff happened back then. I mean, there's.
Oh yeah.
People would finish each other's work. Man, I could do something else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
We go to 17 on this one.
9.
I think the last. Yeah, I was going to say the whole thing. 9's the last cover we do.
Holy shit! Nikes
runs to 17.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Can we zoom in on that guy?
Yeah, this dude with the syringe going here, gas.
Hypodermic needle cover and gas. And ghouls. Where did all these ghouls come from?
Yeah, I don't know. And why are you making more of the armband?
Storing them.
Is it really necessary?
Mark, I really am.
Yeah, it's like, wait, is this one of the ally ghouls we got sitting around? No, he's with us.
Mark, I'm appreciating your commentary because this is me just not appreciating it before, and you're right. There's a few that seem to just not quite match, and that was one.
Yeah, this thing's.
No, did you say this is not a Schomburg? If we were talking about that, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
No, I was still back on the last one.
The other one.
Okay. This I don't know who this is. It's not Sid Shores. It's not. It's obviously not Kirby or Schomburg.
Yeah, see in the face.
I got nothing. I have no idea who it is.
It's an intense book.
Again, this is why you turn your camera back on when you're not smoking. Yeah.
Well,
this is why you research people. You fucking research so you don't get here and be like, I don't know who it is.
Hey, we're not the A-team. We're like we really get funny comments about the covers, but
it's just honest, man. I'm glad to like when Knights are old, man. I could catch them in the morning. I'll be the first to admit we did.
We count on our team, guys. Thanks, team.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Al Iverson. See, that's why we're a community. Good looking out. I think that is the last one because then 17 there's nothing.
Solo Wookiee is coming with a new term. Bucky bondage. Never noticed.
No, thank you.
A table or a rocket.
The whole run.
Solo Wookiee. Bucky bondage.
So obviously, I was going to say Young Allies. Obviously,
is our final title of books. Yeah.
Speaking of it, he's free though. He's free. He's not strapped to anything.
Not only free, he's fighting.
Red Skull and Hitler. That's a tough first fight.
This is a very odd contraption they got going on back here. Why did they think they needed this big machine and stick knives in it lined up to slowly stab them all?
Well, that's what we do. A little drama.
Coffin coming out with a gun. Like, what's going on back here with this guy?
This is a Dr. Evil design.
Not to mention these four look like Fat Albert's gang.
Oh, they look like Newsboy Legion and everything else Kirby's ever done that in that style of that. I'd fucking, oh man, it's like the Red Skull. Like you can just tell.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, this is what you get for strapping into Cap's ass all the time.
And it's some sort of homage, a nod. A nod would be a better thing. It's a nod to Cap 1.
I got you.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Where Cap's fucking punching Hitler in the face. You know.
Instead, he's working it through Red Skull before hitting Hitler.
Exactly. I'm saying a lot tonight. I apologize. It's terrible fucking on camera to listen to.
And I got you 3.
Oh yeah, or we'll get the trifecta here.
Yeah, 4, 8, and 10.
That's my second favorite Red Skull cover.
I met some dealer friend here in the region that's like, you ever seen Young Allies? I'm trying to finish the run. I'm like, yeah, sure. I see them all the time. It's not he's not, you know. I think he's thinking I'm a more serious dealer on occasion than I am. I'm like, like 80s. I haven't touched one of these.
No.
But he's only seen like 2.
4 is Al Gabriel.
Why's the Red
cover
Skull in a purple jumpsuit?
And it's because it's the best. It's the second best.
No,
the 75-4 is too much to not deal with.
He likes rocking the purple jammies when he's doing the torture tank.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on with these. And you got 8.
Yeah, 7's really strong too. I know we didn't do it, but
dig the sharks.
With lasers?
I don't see laser beams, but pretty close.
I'm gonna put that as a shark cover I'm never gonna own, so we'll just put that down.
I have a Schomburg World War II shark cover. I'm kind of surprised. Like I know 8, but I don't know 8 well enough to know that it's a shark cover. I'm kind of like shocked right now that there's 2 Japanese World War II bondage shark covers.
Shark covers are the category on giving.
There's the Human Torch one too in the Atlas run. They came back for like the 3 or 4 issues, and so you got super chatted Z.
Well,
Z's going to do it.
Knights of Old is dropping knowledge. Originally, preview ads for cover 1 had Stalin being punched to, but Germany attacked Russia. So
You got to ring a bell or some shit, right?
Oh, Knights of Old, that's some intense knowledge.
Yes, and thank you. Mr. No Thanks.
Yeah, Knights of Old. That's intense.
Stalin being punched, but Germany attacked Russia and became our allies before we realized so. They took Stalin out. Huh. My brain hurts from that.
Oh, yeah, no, fuck. I actually knew that.
It took a minute to process, right?
It did. I was like, what is he saying? Yeah. So that's what I was saying earlier about us saving the Kremlin on that cover. That's because we got in. I didn't know this until I, got into fucking searching this nonsense. But yeah, and these are both Schomburgs again, obviously. And the 8's really strong. I don't know why I didn't. I mean the 9. 7? So unhelpful. I think it's a 9 that I didn't tell you. Sorry, Peter.
That's all right.
And then 15, 16 is the last Schomburg War II cover or the last Schomburg War cover period. Unfortunately, I mean, it's okay, but it's, this is not the
Can we zoom in a bit?
zombie shark fighting,
Yeah.
It's fine. He gets his ridiculous racism in there for one last time for everyone. But this cover, I don't know, man. I appreciate people who try to do the Schomburg everything, and good luck with the fucking suspense and the startling. But I don't know. I have my favorites. Everyone has their favorites. This doesn't do it for me.
Well, they all can't be winners.
They can. It's literally a fucking title, Peter. Try to pun
Not
me.
for this book, though.
Try to pun me on the pun timely. Yeah, man. So that pretty much closes us out.
And someday we'll do timely, funny animals.
Yeah, there's so much other timely.
Romance, lots of romance.
The romance is cool. The good girl / I forget what they call it. They call it something different, and it's weird to me. But it's the not Patsy Walker, fucking jet black cover roller skates falling on her ass. I fucking need one. Patsy Walker.
Patsy Walker.
Yeah, it's the Patsy Walker one. It's the Cindy 37.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff.
Yeah.
We will revisit. And I mean, we could honestly do an entire show on each of these runs and talk more. This was our intro and highlight into the series and kind of here's where we're at. And, we'll do a deeper dive later.
Yeah, that time.
I want to say thanks to everyone in the chat. I mean, we always say thanks, but especially tonight, I feel like we were better about incorporating folks, and the folks in the chat tonight were better.
They're smart
about being smart enough to get us to incorporate you by dropping knowledge to help us. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. So it's a fun little community of, we know a little about a lot, but sometimes you guys know a lot about something very specific, and we appreciate it.
Exactly. Group effort.
And don't forget, like McClay said, what up, buddy? Hit that like button for us, guys. Hit the like button, and give the fellas the subscribe button. That's what I meant.
I will say, since you guys are tell us what you guys want in the comments. What shows you want to see? We've got a few ideas in the hopper. We're always taking suggestions. Let us know what other things you want us to kind of cover. What do you know about? What do you not know about? What do you want to know about? So let us know.
What do you want us to pretend we know about? And then go search about it and get corrected in the comments because we can't read fucking our research.
Or we'll draft and hire an expert. We'll bring one in. We know some guys that know a few things.
We do.
All right.
So
check us out, comicbookinvest.com. If you haven't seen it yet, tomorrow night we're doing Tales from Flipside, where we cover more of the modern market and a little bit of everything with Nico's market report. And Global Comic Safari is coming back on Tuesday. We're doing a collector interview with a very, very smart guy, Joey Enough, who actually turns out was him and his family were the #1 Puerto Rican distributor of Marvel Comics at the time. So in the 80s, crazy. So check it out. Thanks,
I also want to. I'm going to give a quick shot. Yeah, I know we broke 2 hours. So I don't fucking care.
At this point,
I just want to say real quick too that 3 Comic Money is the dark horse of this pandemic programming that the folks at the channel have been bringing you. It's shifting a little bit. Z and I are popping off for a bit, but I really encourage people to check out Peter, Mike, Chris, and special guests as we start rotating through. And I'm going to double back and say you really should check out Flipside. I can't say enough for it, man. I used to check it out for the, fun time nonsense and try to fucking make sense of it. And now I have to make sure I tune in because between the pickups and, like Jon said, Nico's market report, it's becoming the do not miss weekly show in the comic world.
Absolutely.
So thanks for letting me ramble extra, guys. I hope everyone has an awesome night.
That's what we do. We ramble very, very well, guys. Thanks you all. We appreciate it.